Okay, with the bot's call, I'm going to call this to order at 9:01 a.m. Recording in progress, the 2026 RTO 9 AGM. Nice to see everyone today and happy Friday. Sun's shining and everything's good in the golf world, at least these days with the sun shining. So happy and hope all your businesses and the respectful endeavors in our community and our region are going well. Um, I'm Cale Fair. I am the chair of RTO 9 and looking forward to today's AGM. I'm going to start off first with our land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that the land we identify as Southeastern Ontario is situated on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Huron-Wendat peoples. Regional Tourism Organization Region 9 honors and respects the land, the water, and the treaties that cover the region. We are eternally grateful for the Indigenous peoples who have inhabited the space we call home, and we have the privilege to live with now. All those who reside, work, and play in these lands are treaty people, and we are committed to honoring their treaties in a mutually beneficial and equitable manner. With 1 in 5 Indigenous people in Canada living in Ontario, and Ontario having one of the largest Indigenous tourism sectors, we believe that working together through the joint development of tourism will help all Ontarians prosper. As an ally to Indigenous people and a partner in this effort, we are committed to improving the socioeconomic conditions of Indigenous people through tourism by creating space for Indigenous people to share their stories on their terms. First off, we'd like to review the agenda, and if there's any changes that need to be made, please now is the time to suggest it. If not, please review the steps here and as we work through them. Are there any questions or comments before we continue on? Seeing none. If not, then I'd like to have a motion to adopt the agenda of June 12th, 2026 AGM as presented. Could I have a mover, please? Ross. And second? Karina, thank you. Motion carried. Next up, the June 13th, 2025 AGM minutes, please. Everyone should have had a chance to review those. Are there any comments or questions about those minutes? Seeing none. So I'd like to have a motion, please, to adopt the minutes of the June 13th, 2025 AGM as presented. Motion, please. Yeah, Ross and Heather, thank you. Motion is carried. Okay. And I'm going to kick things off with a year in review on behalf of the board of directors. Give me a minute here to bring up my sheet.
Recording in progress.
Just going to let that echo play out. Okay. Good morning again, everyone. And it's a pleasure to be here to have the opportunity to reflect on another year for RTO 9 and tourism across Southeastern Ontario. When I think about the past year, one word comes to mind: momentum. That's an interesting thing to say when headlines continue to talk about inflation, affordability pressures, economic uncertainty, geopolitical tensions, and changing travel patterns. Yet despite all of that, tourism continues to demonstrate remarkable resilience. People want experiences. They still want to connect with communities, explore new places, support local businesses, attend events, stay a little longer, and create memories close to home. Unfortunately for us, Southeastern Ontario continues to be exceptionally well positioned to benefit from those trends. As a board, our role isn't to run the organization day to day. Our role is governance. Our job is to provide oversight, strategic direction, accountability, and support for the team responsible for delivering results. I'm pleased to say that over the past year, I believe we've continued to mature in this role. We focused on strengthening governance through ongoing policy reviews, updating key financial and reserve fund policies, advancing succession planning, continuing our board satisfaction survey process, and investing in governance training to ensure we remain effective and informed as directors. Our finance committee also undertook important work to further strengthen financial oversight, developing clear summaries of annual financial operations, reporting practices, internal controls, and financial management processes. These aren't necessarily things that generate headlines. They're things that create organizational stability. They're the guardrails that allow the organization to focus on important work of supporting tourism businesses, communities, and partners across our region. This also marked our review of the 2025-2028 strategic plan as we move into the second year of implementation. One of the things that stood out to me during those discussions was just how relevant the plan continues to be. The priorities identified by industries, municipality, partners, and stakeholders remain the right priorities today. The challenge now is execution, and I'm encouraged by the progress being made. I also want to recognize our Executive Director, Bonnie, and the entire RTO 9 team. As board members, we have the privilege of seeing the amount of work that happens behind the scenes, work that many stakeholders never fully see. Partnerships, funding programs, destination development initiatives, advocacy efforts, marketing campaigns, research, reporting, stakeholder engagement, and countless conversations happening every week all contribute to moving tourism forward in the region. The team continues to approach that work with professionalism, dedication, and genuine commitment to the industry. So please join me in thanking Bonnie and staff for another outstanding year. I also want to acknowledge my fellow board members. One thing I've appreciated during my first year as chair is the quality of discussion around our table. We don't always arrive at the same perspectives, and that's a good thing. We have people from different sectors, communities, backgrounds, and experiences, but there's a shared commitment to thoughtful governance and making decisions that support the long-term success of both the organization and the industry. That collaborative approach is one of RTO 9's greatest strengths. Today also marks the end of terms for several board members, which I'll acknowledge further down the agenda. Volunteer leadership requires time, energy, and a willingness to engage in the conversations that often happen long before decisions become visible to others. We are grateful to everyone for your contributions and the perspective you've brought to the table. So on behalf of the board and the industry, thank you for your service. As I wrap up, I'd like to leave you with this thought. Tourism has always been an industry built by optimists. You don't own a business, launch an attraction, host an event, renovate a property, hire staff, or invest in a community because you're pessimistic about the future. You do it because you believe people will come. You believe your community is something worth experiencing, and you believe tourism can make places stronger. That's certainly what I see across southeastern Ontario. There's still work to do, there always will be, but I believe RTO 9 is on solid footing. Strong strategic plan, a dedicated board, an exceptional staff team, and most importantly, an industry filled with passionate people who continue to invest in this region and its future. Thank you for everything you do to support tourism in southeastern Ontario. We're excited about what lies ahead and proud to be working alongside all of you. Thank you. At this time, I'm going to hand it over to Bonnie, who's going to take through the operation year in review.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Cale. First, I'd like to start by extending my sincere thank you to the Board of Directors for their dedication, guidance, and continued support throughout the year. I'd also like to take a moment to thank and congratulate my team, Meg, Steve, and Leslie, for another outstanding year of collaboration and impact. Finally, thank you to our 3 regional tourism advisors, Mia, Louie, and Katie. We are very fortunate to have your support. Just a bit of background for those who may be less familiar with our organization. RTO 9 is one of 11 regional tourism organizations across Ontario. Our mandate is to support tourism operators and destinations while increasing tourism receipts across southeastern Ontario. RTO 9 is our industry-facing identity, and southeastern Ontario is the brand we use for our consumer-facing activities. Our core funding partner is the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming, and we operate in alignment with their guidelines, which are structured around the 5 key pillars you can see. These pillars inform and shape the strategic activities we undertake throughout the year. Together as a team, we'll now walk you through a high-level overview of some of the key initiatives that we delivered during the 25-26 fiscal year. Under product development, our objective is to enhance visitor experiences through well-designed tourism products that meet current and future visitor demand. With our market research, we continue to demonstrate leadership in data-driven tourism development by collaborating with 10 other regional tourism organizations on a comprehensive 2-year province-wide research initiative. This ambitious project was designed to nurture a robust data culture across Ontario's RTO network by establishing common performance benchmarks and facilitating the sharing of valuable insights. By harnessing this collective knowledge, the initiative empowers tourism operators and destinations to make more strategic, evidence-based decisions that enhance daily operations, improve marketing effectiveness, and support evidence-based decisions that enhance daily operations. Ultimately, this collaborative effort strengthens the competitiveness and resilience of Ontario's tourism industry at both regional and provincial levels. A total of 74 environic reports were completed by RTO 9, as well as 70 mobile scape reports for our destination partners. Under the CBRE accommodation data, we use this to better understand tourism performance and visitor trends. RTO 9 continued its partnership with CBRE, a trusted industry leader in tourism and hospitality analytics. Through this collaboration, we received detailed monthly accommodation reports that capture key data across the region, such as occupancy rates, average daily rate, and revenue per available room. In addition to regional insights, CBRE also provides national reports that offer broader context and benchmarking opportunities. Over the year, we saw that our RevPAR had an increase of 13%, reflecting improved travel demand across the region. These reports are valuable tools for industry operators and decision makers to track progress, identify market shifts, and plan strategically. All reports are made publicly available on the rto9.ca website. Throughout the year, RTO 9 regularly shared information on industry-led workshops and training opportunities with a comprehensive calendar available in the workshop section of our industry site. Workshops are important as they help tourism operators, destinations, and industry partners build knowledge, develop new skills, and stay current with emerging trends, marketing opportunities, and visitor expectations. They provide practical tools and insights that businesses can apply directly to improve operations, enhance the visitor experience, and strengthen their competitiveness. Workshops also create opportunities for networking, collaboration, and knowledge sharing among our industry, helping to foster innovation and support the growth and sustainability of the tourism sector. By investing in ongoing learning and professional development, tourism organizations are better positioned to respond to industry changes, attract new markets, and deliver high-quality experiences. These professional development opportunities were developed in response to feedback from our tourism partners, our destinations across the region. Topics included navigating the 2SL LGBTQI+ travel, welcoming cyclists to Southeastern Ontario, and Experience Ontario information sessions, as well as marketing-focused workshops covering ChatGPT, designing in Canva, and maintaining human touch. In total, RTO 9 delivered 20 workshops and training sessions, while also promoting additional learning opportunities offered by tourism organizations across the province, helping industry stakeholders build capacity, strengthen visitor experiences, and stay informed on emerging trends and practices. With our industry communications, we delivered bi-weekly communications to our DMO and DMP partners to ensure destinations receive timely, relevant information and updates impacting the tourism industry. In addition to these regular communications, we met in person with destination partners to facilitate open dialogue and strategic planning for our 26-27 fiscal year. The discussion focused on identifying shared priorities, maximizing resources through collaboration, and aligning efforts in our 5 pillars. Data-informed decision-making. Strengthening relationships with destination partners remains a core priority for RTO9. These meetings provide valuable opportunities to build trust, encourage collaboration, and develop a shared vision for the future of tourism in the region. Through ongoing engagement with DMO and DMP partners, we continue to strengthen our role as a connector, a facilitator, and a strategic partner in advancing regional tourism growth and development. Now I'm going to turn it over to Stephen Leslie to talk about our marketing.
Thank you, Bonnie. Good morning, everybody. RTO9's marketing objective for 2025-2026 was to increase awareness of Ontario and Southeastern Ontario as a travel destination and increase conversion in target markets by showcasing the unique destinations and experiences within Southeastern Ontario and by inspiring visitors with fresh and innovative ways to explore the region's offerings. Also, to elevate the profile of RTO9 as a central hub for ideas and a leader in tourism initiatives, RTO9 gathers insights, input, and feedback to maximize the potential of regional tourism assets and identifies new growth opportunities. RTO9 has built a strong collaborative partnership with all 11 destinations across our region. Through strategic regional marketing initiatives and sustained engagement with local partners, we not only elevate the profile of each destination, but we also support and encourage seamless multi-destination travel throughout the region. Next slide, please. The Southeastern Ontario Consumer Campaign, which ran from June 15, 2025 to March 31st this year, had the primary goal of driving awareness of and positioning Southeastern Ontario as an ideal close-to-home travel destination. During the campaign, our ads were live on Google's cross-network and display partners Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Key markets include Toronto and the GTA region, Ottawa, the Southeastern Ontario region, and Montreal, resulting in close to 20 million ad impressions, over 250,000 ad clicks, with over 1.5 million website sessions. Our collaboration with Narcity was a key driver of this year's success. By bringing together 11 distinct creator voices, we showcased Southeastern Ontario through a complete four-season lens, capturing the region's character and landscapes across the year. Next slide, please, Meg. We have highlighted our waterway guides, which we produced last year as part of the participation in Destination Ontario's Outdoors campaign, a sector initiative designed to showcase the region's waterways, communities, and visitor experiences through immersive storytelling and targeted promotion. As part of the campaign, 6 curated travel guides were developed featuring written and visual content that profile key attractions, local businesses, and tourism experiences across the region. The guides were produced in partnership with Laura Paquette of Ottawa Road Trips, whose storytelling and regional expertise helped bring the campaign to life. Each guide was published in both English and French on a dedicated landing page, featuring high-quality photography, interactive maps, and direct links to featured locations for easy trip planning. A central campaign URL was also created to connect visitors to all 6 guides in one place. The $50,000 Destination Ontario campaign ran from August 25th until October 12th. Additionally, promotion for the campaign included a media release and a paid partnership with Ottawa Road Trips. The result was over 12 million impressions with 250,000 leads to partners. One of the highest campaigns recorded through Destination Ontario last year, and for any year for that matter. Next slide, please, Meg. RTO9 participated in the Great Taste of Canada, a nationwide cooperative program by the Culinary Tourism Alliance as part of our national culinary and agritourism development and marketing efforts. The Southeastern Ontario region has the most restaurants listed, with 20 establishments registered, and it is growing. With Attractions Ontario Media Buy, RTO9 received a 2-page spread in the Passport magazine, a regional cover, an influencer visit, social media sharing, and web banners on its site during the busiest traffic months. RTO9 also partnered with Ontario by Bike to promote destinations that also supported Ontario by Bike through media buys, with multiple digital ads pointing to destinations partners' websites. Next slide, please. We were able to participate in 2 full-page advertising insertions for fall and spring with the LCBO, directing consumers to curated landing pages on southeasternontario.ca, showcasing food and drink blogs of our entire region. At this point, I'd like to pass it over to Leslie, our digital marketing manager. Leslie?
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Over the past fiscal year, we continued to support all 11 destinations through our owned media channels, including social media, blogs, travel itineraries, newsletters, contests, paid advertising campaigns, and website content. Our content strategy remained focused on showcasing the people, places, and experiences that make Southeastern Ontario unique, while encouraging visitors to explore more of the region through seasonal and story-driven content. This year, we published 86 blogs and 14 itineraries and guides on the Southeastern Ontario website. Content highlighted culinary tourism, outdoor adventure, cycling, waterfront experiences, arts and culture, accommodations, and major festivals and events across the region. Many stories were designed to showcase multiple destinations and encourage multi-day travel, while others focused more deeply on local businesses, tourism operators, and community voices. Our social media channels also continue to grow steadily. Across Instagram and Facebook, we published more than 1,900 posts and increased our combined audience by 5.5%, surpassing our annual growth goal. We also continue to send out monthly consumer newsletters, highlighting seasonal experiences, events, contests, and featured content from across the region, helping drive engagement and traffic back to the website. Next slide, please, next. Our digital ambassador program continued to be a key operational strength for the organization and supports consistent content creation across destinations. This year alone, the program generated more than 1,800 images and over 4,000 short-form video clips, significantly strengthening our ability to produce engaging reels and video storytelling across our channels. We also expanded our investment in professional photography and videography, including drone footage and seasonal shoots across the region to help build stronger year-round visual content libraries for both Southeastern Ontario and our destination partners. Next slide, please, next. In February, we launched a new media hub through the CrowdRisk platform, giving destination partners easier access to shared photo and video assets and improving collaboration across the region. Paid digital campaigns continue to play an important role in driving traffic to the consumer website and increasing awareness of regional tourism experiences. Throughout the year, we ran monthly Meta Google and Meta campaigns promoting blogs, itineraries, festivals, culinary experiences, and opportunities to audiences across Ontario, Quebec, and the bordering states. Collaborative contests and campaigns with partners including Attractions Ontario, Ontario by Bite, and the Culinary Tourism Alliance also delivered strong engagement, audience growth, and regional exposure while helping to promote shoulder season travel and multi-day visitation. Overall, our owned media channels continue to play an important role in supporting local tourism operators, increasing awareness of Southeastern Ontario, and inspiring year-round travel throughout the region. Next slide, please. In November, RTO9 launched a newly redesigned industry website developed in partnership with Alphabet Creative and built on the Craft CMS platform. This was a significant project for the organization, focused on creating a more modern, mobile-friendly, and user-focused experience for industry partners and operators. The new site features simplified navigation, improved event functionality, enhanced accessibility standards, and a more flexible content management system that allows staff to update and manage content more efficiently. The platform was also designed with scalability in mind, including bilingual functionalities to support both English and French content delivery moving forward. Both the consumer and industry websites now support English and French content, which is reviewed by a translator to ensure quality, clarity, and accuracy. Also on the industry side, RTO 9 continues to publish monthly industry newsletters, sharing the latest tourism insights, research opportunities, and sector updates with subscribers across the region. We incorporated a new section highlighting regional champions and success stories, and these communications keep tourism operators informed, connected, and engaged on the issues and trends that impact the industry. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to visit our shiny new site. A big thank you to Alphabet Creative for the work on this project. And now I'd like to pass it back to Bonnie, who will cover workforce development.
Thank you both, Steve and Leslie. With workforce development, our objective is to facilitate and support the attraction, development, and retention of a tourism workforce to enhance the visitor experience. First up, we have our SEEON Tourism Summit. So we hosted our 2-day tourism summit in Kingston on November 4th and 5th at the Doubletree by Hilton. The event welcomed 149 unique registrations over the 2 days. The summit provided a valuable opportunity for tourism stakeholders across southeastern Ontario to come together for learning, networking, and collaboration while exploring emerging tourism trends, regional resources, and local success stories. Building on the momentum of last year's event, we have scheduled our 2026 Tourism Summit for November 17th and 18th at the Devon Conference Centre in Cornwall. Sharing research. RTO 9 strengthens industry capacity and supports data-informed decision-making by collecting, analyzing, and sharing insights from tourism research and market intelligence. This includes tourism performance metrics, workforce and labor market data, mental health resources, and talent attraction and retention information. Through accessible tools such as infographic reports and human resources toolkits, RTO 9 provides municipalities, destination partners, and tourism operators across southeastern Ontario with practical and actionable resources available through the workforce development section of our industry website. In addition, we curate and package relevant resources for industry organizations and third-party partners, making them easily accessible through the industry website and distributing through our regular industry communications. This approach ensures tourism stakeholders have timely access to the information, tools, and best practices needed to support business growth, workforce development, and long-term sector resilience. The OTEC-led regional working group met virtually in the spring of 2025 to address key workforce development priorities, including survey insights, seasonal recruitment strategies, training needs, upcoming webinars, and career coaching events. RTO 9 actively supported this collaborative framework by sharing relevant research reports and labor market intelligence with industry partners through our direct communications and newsletters. We also supported OTEC's Skill Development Fund proposal, which aimed to expand training and professional development opportunities for both job seekers and incumbent tourism employees. Following a brief summer pause, the working group reconvened in the fall to provide regional updates and discuss workforce challenges, review local priorities, and identify future workforce development opportunities. These collaborative efforts help strengthen the workforce planning across the region, build industry capacity, and support a more resilient and future-ready tourism sector. While OTEC did cease their operations in March of 2026, the partnerships, knowledge-sharing practices, and workforce development initiatives established through the working group have created a strong foundation for continued collaboration and talent development within southeastern Ontario's tourism industry. Next slide, please. Investment attraction. We work here to increase investment in the tourism industry to enhance visitor experiences. RTO 9 played a strategic leadership role in fostering collaboration across Eastern Ontario by facilitating ongoing dialogue between the Ontario East Economic Development Commission, neighboring RTOs 8 and 11, and the St. Lawrence Parks Commission. These partnerships reflect a collective commitment to strengthening regional tourism development and economic prosperity through coordinated planning and shared initiatives. As a direct result of these strengthened relationships, the three RTOs delivered a joint presentation at the Ontario East Municipal Conference in September of 2025, highlighting opportunities for regional tourism growth and collaboration. RTO 9 was also re-elected to the Ontario East Board in an advisory capacity, ensuring tourism remains a key consideration in broader economic development discussions. Building on this momentum, partners have expressed a strong support for the development of a tourism investment plan for Eastern Ontario. This is a collaborative initiative that is scheduled for implementation during the 26-27 fiscal year. This work will help establish a coordinated framework for attracting investment, enhancing tourism assets, and driving sustainable growth across the region. RTO 9 strengthens industry knowledge and supports data-informed decision-making by collecting, analyzing, and sharing key insights derived from research and market intelligence. Tourism performance data, visitor profiles, market trends, and regional analytics are translated into accessible and actionable resources, including infographics, summaries, dashboards, and reports. These resources are made available through the RTO 9 website, providing tourism stakeholders with timely information to support planning, investment, product development, and marketing decisions across Southeastern Ontario. Now I'm going to turn it over to Meg to speak to our partnerships.
Thank you, Bonnie. Good morning, everyone. So through the partnership pillar, RTO 9 looks to become a catalyst in building strategic alignment and promoting collaboration within the industry. Within this pillar, we operate the Partnership Fund Program, a 50-50 cost-sharing program specifically designed for tourism businesses within RTO 9 to assist them with remaining competitive and market-ready. The 2025-2026 program saw 35 recipients across 4 funding categories: new Indigenous tourism experiences, photography and videography, marquee and wayfinding signage, and translation. So through the 2025-2026 Partnership Fund Program, 11 tourism projects were supported across the region in the photography and videography category, resulting in the creation of nearly 2,700 new photo and video assets. These assets help strengthen both partner and regional marketing efforts by providing high-quality, authentic visual content that showcases the experiences visitors can have throughout Southeastern Ontario. The projects captured a wide range of tourism experiences, including outdoor adventure, mouth-watering culinary, waterfront adventures, accommodations, attractions, and seasonal experiences, helping build a more diverse and robust content library for funding partners and future campaigns with Destination Partners and Destination Ontario. This category was able to provide strong value for industry partners, particularly smaller operators who may not otherwise have access to professional visual content creation. Most importantly, the assets produced through this fund will help tell stronger stories about the region and better position Southeastern Ontario in an increasingly visual and competitive tourism marketplace. Through the marquee and wayfinding signage category, RTO 9 was able to support 23 partners across the region in enhancing visitor-facing signage and wayfinding infrastructure. These projects helped improve the overall visitor experience by making destinations more welcoming, accessible, and easier to navigate, while also strengthening a community's tourism readiness and sense of place. The signage completed through this program included a variety of initiatives such as gateway signage, directional and wayfinding signage, interpretive panels, and visitor information enhancements. Beyond their practical function, these projects also helped create more cohesive and professional tourism experience for visitors traveling throughout Southeastern Ontario. One of the exciting initiatives RTO 9 was involved in this year was the Destination Canada, Ontario, and Quebec Cycling Corridor project. This work focused on building and enhancing a cycling route from Montreal through RTO 9 to include destinations in the east of the region, the United Counties of Prescott and Russell, the United Counties of Stormont, Dundas, and Glengarry, and the city of Cornwall and into Ottawa. Through this collaboration between RTO 9, Velo Quebec, and the Prescott Recreational Trail, we were able to contribute to conversations around investment, infrastructure, and visitor experiences, which are leading to opportunities to grow this important tourism sector. As cycling tourism continues to gain momentum, projects like this help position Southeastern Ontario as a cycling destination both domestically and internationally. Another highlight this year was our Destination Discovery series. These sessions provided a valuable platform for destination marketing organizations to showcase the work they do in their communities and the role they play in supporting tourism growth. Participants had the opportunity to learn about the programs, services, and resources available to tourism operators, while also making connections with the people behind those initiatives. The series helped increase awareness of the support available across the region, foster new relationships between destinations and operators, and create opportunities for greater collaboration. It was encouraging to see destinations share their expertise and demonstrate the many ways they are helping tourism businesses succeed. Each destination session was recorded and lives on the RTO9 website to support ongoing education for operators and tourism organizations within the region. And throughout the year, we were also fortunate to participate in a variety of conferences and industry events. These opportunities allowed us to share our work, contribute to conversations about the future of tourism, and connect directly with operators, destinations, and industry leaders from across the province. Just as importantly, these engagements gave us the opportunity to listen and learn. The insights gained through these conversations help inform our work and ensure we remain connected to the evolving needs and priorities of the tourism sector. We are grateful to the many organizations and partners who invited us to be a part of these discussions throughout the year. And now I will pass it back to Bonnie to touch on research initiatives.
Thank you, Meg. I just wanted to close up our operations team report by showing you where we landed in terms of, this is the calendar year 2025. So I'm pleased to share with you that we saw a 6% increase in tourism spending in 2025 compared to 2024. The largest growth was reported in food and beverage and retail sectors, both showing a 9% increase year over year. And we obtained this data through the Destination Canada Canadian Tourism Data Collective. And now I think it's back to Cale. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Bonnie and Steve, Leslie, and Meg for a great presentation, and again for all of your efforts. I'm going to open the floor right now to any questions or comments with respect to the year in review from the operations team or the board of directors. Floor is open if you have any questions. Just watch for hands. Any?
Can I have a question?
Please, Jacob.
This may be like an email question, but we have an event that's in mid-April, and none of the cost share partnerships seem to align with that time frame. Is there any way to support a mid-April event through the partnership funding?
I believe that's outside of the funding timeline. Is that correct?
It's an awkward, it's an awkward time.
Yeah, and the categories don't include events.
Right.
Meg could address the 3 categories we're working on right now.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Jacob. Yeah, for this year, we have marquee and wayfinding signage, photography and videography, and digital capacity building. The issue with the April timeline is a lot of the time we are just transitioning from one year to the next. So we are still usually awaiting our TPA with the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming, and we can't execute on any projects until we have that all in place. So it's kind of an awkward time of year with the beginning of April.
Yeah, typically the window starts in May, if I'm not mistaken, on these funding intakes. So that's for good operational reason, and but still great question and point to clarify on. Any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none. So I'm going to hand the mic over to Tanya Courier from Grant Thornton LLP, who's going to take us through our 2025-2026 auditors report.
Hello, thank you for having me here today. My name is Tanya. I've been with Doane Grant Thornton for just over 20 years, and I've been involved with the audit of RTO9 since its inception in 2010. So we've completed our audit for the year ending 2026, and I will read you our opinion in the auditor's report. It will read, in our opinion, the accompanying financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the corporation as at March 31st, 2026, and the results of its operations and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with Canadian accounting standards for not-for-profit organizations. The financial statements are still in draft at the moment, but will likely be approved by the board today, and that will become the date of our auditor's report. We have found no reportable observations related to internal controls, no independence issues, and here we are presenting the main portion of the financial statements, which is the schedule of revenues and expenses for RTO9's regular operation, tourism. So for the revenues, we have 1.5 million from the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Gaming. That has not changed from the previous year. Within that 1.5 million, RTO9 is permitted to invest in special projects with partnerships for about 250,000. So it has then also collected funds, matching funds from its partners for 236,000, bringing the total revenue for the year to 1.7 million. The expense categories are matching with the Ministry Tourism's budget. There are no big variances in prior years, also no big variances in budget to actual. And as usual, Bonnie's team did a fantastic job at spending all of the funds and has a small overspend of $4 for the year. And that's it, if there's any questions.
Yeah, just going to repeat Tanya's comment there at the end that the floor is open to anyone who has any questions. The board of directors has been provided this in advance, so if you've had a chance, I trust everyone's had a chance to review and generate any questions if there are any. Okay. Seeing none.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, Tanya. Appreciate your time and effort here, and good looking set of financials there. So at this time then, I will open the floor to adopt the 2025-2026, a motion to adopt the 2025-2026 financial audit as presented. Can I have a mover first, please? I may have missed a hand. Keep it up if you can.
I can see Sherry and Lauren. Cale?
Thank you. Moved by Sherry, seconded by Lauren. So the motion is carried. Thank you very much. Now, at this point in time, I'm going to take the mic back here and recognize our 2025 and 2026 board of directors. So there it is on your screen here. Lauren, Karina, Sherry Kemp-Long, Cynthia Peters, Deanna Way, Donnie McIntyre, Heather Robertson, Jacob Murray, Karen Best, Liam Carey, Michelle Karen, and Ross McCarney. Thank you for your time and your efforts to ensure the great outcomes I think we're generating here for the region alongside the operations team. Everyone's busy in their own right, doing what they do, and it means a lot that you're making the contributions that you are and the outcomes. I also want to recognize a few that are moving on. So first, Deanna Way, thank you for your dedication, your insights and commitment to the board's work. In some respects, I feel like we're just getting started, but opportunity beckons. We recognize this new role as a tremendous opportunity for your career path and wish you well in your new role in Alberta. To Karen Best, you've brought an extraordinary attention to detail, professionalism, and a willingness to roll up your sleeves and contribute wherever needed. Whether it's governance, nominations, policy development, financial oversight, or process improvement, Karen consistently helped make this organization stronger. And lastly, Michelle Karen, your contributions to RTO9 dates back to the very beginning. Few people can say they've helped build an organization from the ground up and then helped shepherd a substantial evolution as we move to a governance board. Your institutional knowledge, perspective on the region, and unwavering commitment to tourism have been invaluable over the years of service, and trust you'll continue with that elsewhere, but we owe you a tremendous amount of gratitude for your time served and wish you well. I also want to take a second to quickly acknowledge our, oopsie, sorry. Next slide. Our regional developmentizers, Mia Robertson, Louis Bedard, Katie Crowley, thank you so much for your efforts and support of the organization as well. Next up, I'm going to hand the mic to Karina Boulanger for the recognition of 2026 and 2027 Board of Directors.
Great. So thank you, Cal. I'm pleased to be able to present the nominations for the Board of Directors. So just to go over the process a little bit, notice of the AGM and the upcoming board elections was distributed March 10th of this year. There were 5 board positions that were available representing the East, Central, West regions, as well as 2 at-large positions. And the deadline for applications was April 10th of 2026. All of the applications were reviewed by the Governance and Nomination Committee, and interviews were conducted with the eligible candidates. Following the process, the committee is recommending the election of the following directors. So myself as a returning director, Liam Carey as a returning director, and Kathy Marcellini as an at-large director. So as Cal noted as well, Deanna Way was reelected through the process, however, will be moving on. So as a result, there is still currently a vacancy open. The Governance and Nomination Committee will discuss the options to fill this vacancy at its next meeting and bring a recommendation forward later this year. So now I would like to put forward a motion for approval of the directors as presented and ask if there's a seconder. And I see Heather Robertson.
And I see Ross McCartney.
All right. Thank you. I'll pass it back to you, Cal.
Thank you very much, Karina, and welcome to Kathy as a new member, and great to have the rest of you wonderful people continue on here. So that's true. Okay, well, at this point in time, although some of us will be staying on to continue with the election of the executive committee, I would, at this point in time, wrap up today's AGM for 2026. I thank you for your time today and wish everyone well. So if you've been instructed, please stay on. We're going to work on the executive committee elections. Otherwise, again, thank you for your time and support of RTO 9 and all the endeavors of the community in the region and in support of our partners, the stakeholders. Take care.
Thank you. Have a great day.